Hey guys, what's up? Hello. Welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany and I do movie reactions here on YouTube. But if you're not new here, welcome back, Cinephiles. I know that I said our next video was going to be Scream 2022, and it is. I'm still editing it. However, like I mentioned in my Halloween video last week, Scream 7's trailer has dropped. And I know I haven't done a Trailers of Terror video in a while, and I probably won't do compilation videos like that anymore. However, I needed to react to this one. And I may still consider doing Trailers of Terror in the vein of just this, where it's one trailer, my reaction, and that's it. So that'll be nice. But I am so beyond excited to do this one. It dropped and I was at work and I was playing some stuff in the background and I heard the few opening bars, if you will, the few opening lines, and I was like, wait, what is that? And I clicked over and I was like, no, I can't see this yet. I can't see this yet. And I had to click off of it immediately. So I am amped to see it. I love the series as a whole. I don't think there is one bad movie out of the bunch. There's ones that I enjoy watching less than the others, but there is not one that I do not like at all. So I am just welcoming any Scream movies. Obviously, nothing can beat Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson's writing and directing together. However, they've done a pretty good job so far. With this, I also know that Matthew Lillard and Scott Foley have been slated to appear, but I'm not going to hold my hopes that Stu is still alive. I can already tell you Roman's not alive. He got shot in the head. But I'm not going to hold hopes that Stu's still alive because they also slated Skeet Ulrich to appear in 5 and 6, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen those movies, he was a figment of Sam's imagination. So it could be flashback sequences, it could be psychosis, it could be anything at this point. So I'm not going to say that those characters, well, that Stu is alive until I see Stu is alive. Now, granted, I hope so. But it's kind of like with Kirby and Scream 4. Until we got to Scream 6 and saw Hayden Panettiere on that poster, we thought Kirby was dead. But let's go ahead and jump right in and react to this trailer.
This is it.
Okay, we're back at the Mocker house.
Killer B&B.
Psycho Killer B. I would do that for this alone. If they were not real murders, I would do that.
Motion detector.
That's cool. That's not a motion detector. I like how they have the body outlines there. Swing, girl! Swing! Swing! Shit.
You and your pretty
Was that her daughter?
reminds me of where we grew up.
About me for another asshole hiding behind a voice changer.
The fact that she's still just doing her work, she's like, this is this.
Not this time.
Oh, shit. Get him, Sydney! She has a safe room? I'd have a safe room if I was Sydney Prescott. Didn't they say in the 5th movie or 6th movie that she has 3 kids now?
I want to be a fighter, like you.
So why are we only seeing one?
Till you're here to see it.
Let's unmask it.
Gail! Mindy and Chad!
Just being near you.
Joel McHale.
Tatum, listen to me. He's trying to...
She named her Tatum! Oh my god, she named her Tatum!
Oh, you got it.
I love that. She named her Tatum.
You need to make sure you shoot him in the head.
Do it! Do it! Click! Dang it. Why did you burn the Mocker house down?
This is gonna be fun.
I have several things to say. So, the first being that we're following Sydney's eldest daughter. I'm assuming it's her eldest. And her name is Tatum. That is so cool. See, I did comment, I think it was in the 3rd movie, perchance, where I said that she didn't mention Tatum anymore, and that I thought that that was kind of ridiculous considering that they were supposed to be best friends. I can also relate that to Hallie. However, Tatum was supposed to be like her best friend growing up, and so I feel like that would be a little bit more symbolic than your college roommate. But no hate to Hallie whatsoever. Both of their deaths were traumatic. So it's really good to see that Sydney named her daughter Tatum. I find that probably to be my biggest takeaway from that trailer, and that's just a personal thing. Um, we see Joel McHale. I have nothing against Joel McHale. I really liked him in It's a Wonderful Knife. However, something that really irked me to my core is that they mentioned in 5 and 6 that she was married to a man named Mark. You automatically assume, if you are a fan of the franchise, that she's married to Patrick Dempsey's character from Scream 3, Detective Mark Kincaid. However, then you go and cast Joel McHale, but you keep him named Mark. And yes, I understand there's 7 billion people in this world and that we all have the same name. There's God knows how many Tiffany's in this world. However, if you're a fan of the franchise, you're expecting Patrick Dempsey. You're not expecting Joel McHale. So why not just give him a different name? Unless you're really wanting to irritate the franchise fans. So that's something. I do think that Joel McHale will do fine. I do think he's a good actor. It's just the name thing that kind of irks me a little bit. The Airbnb being the Mocker House, I do think that's a little macabre. I know that a lot of people would do that. I mean, we tour things all the time. There's horror museums that I want to go to and all of that. However, it looked freaking cool. The outlines of where people have passed and all of that. The opening scene, which I'm going to assume that is the opening scene, looks spectacular. Just the turn with the just awesome. I love that. But then he burns down the Mocker House. That just seems blasphemous to me. And the Mocker House being kind of the central point of the series. I mean, it's where the first one started. We come back in the 5th one, and now we're going to come back in the 7th one. So that is something that I'm going to be excited to see, and also wondering how that's going to go. I'm going to say that I wonder where Sydney's other children are, because I know that they mentioned in 5 and 6 that she has 3 children. So I'm wondering how they're going to play into it, or if they're even going to be there, or are they going to retcon it and say that she only has 1 child. Gail's coming back. We also saw Chad and Mindy. We know that Sam and Tara are not coming back, but seeing Chad and Mindy was really nice to see. I wonder if Chad's going to survive this one. I feel like he inherited some of Dewey's make it through anything abilities with Dewey's multiple stab wounds and hits to the head with bedpans and everything. So hopefully we don't lose Chad this time. I do love Chad though. I love Mason Gooding. I think that he's a great actor. I loved him in Hard Eyes and hated him in Fall, but I think that's more just hating his character. Oh, the plaid theory. Can we talk for a second about the plaid theory? There is a theory going around the community, I guess, where any killer in the Scream franchise has worn plaid. Billy, we never saw Stu wearing plaid, but we got Billy. Mickey has worn plaid. Roman wore plaid. Jill, Richie, and I can't remember if any of the Kirsch family wore plaid. I'll put it up here if they did. But we see McKenna Grace's character wearing a plaid skirt. So is that just a throwaway, or is she going to be one of the killers? McKenna Grace has done several horror movies, one of which being Annabelle Comes Home, which was I think it was my favorite of the Conjuring franchise. So I do enjoy that, and I would love to see her take on more of a villainous role. But I'm wondering if that does turn out to be true, then that's going to be a dead giveaway for any Scream movies to come. So we'll see if that's true. I'm really excited to see this. I've already told my partner that we're going to go see this in theaters. I've seen 4, 5, and 6 in theaters. I saw all of them pretty much opening weekend. So I'm definitely going to go see Seven when it comes out in theaters. I will do a reaction to it when it comes to streaming. But I am just so excited. It looked really good. And I know a lot of people are saying, why are we still getting Scream movies? If they're still good and there's a reason for them, I can understand it. But as we get deeper into the series, I do fear for Gale and Sydney more and more. So we'll just have to see. And who knows? Maybe Stu is the villain. He did say he wasn't hiding anymore. And they did originally have Scream 3 that Stu was going to be the villain, the big mastermind, but then they changed it. So I guess we'll have to see, Cinephiles. Until next time.